environment. Really appreciative to all of our fans that showed up and how they showed up, how active they were. It was as loud as I've ever heard Stegeman, ever. And just unfortunate we weren't able to capitalize and reward our fans for helping us and being as big a factor as they were in a game that we had chances, to win down the stretch, of course. Credit Tennessee, one of the best teams in the country. Got a chance to be a Final Four team. Connect, I thought, was phenomenal down the stretch offensively. Got better in guards. Zakai Ziegler is such a presence defensively. He does so many things that don't show up in the stat sheet. The way he blew up our sideline out of bounds offense defensively, with his activity and energy, I thought he was a huge factor as well. Thought we played really, really hard. A lot of things we got to clean up, got to continue to get better. I thought we had some good individual performances. I thought we played a lot of confidence and rode the environment in our building.
Obviously, 15-1 run by them to finish the game there, and so you want to measure yourself against the best. What was the difference in that window? Maybe?
They fought for every inch on the court defensively. We just struggled to get a clean look when it most mattered. But then when we got down, what was it, 5 or 6 there? I want to say 6.
Yeah.
We actually got open looks then. They just didn't go, but could have made it more interesting. And then our inability to get stops, to slow connect, and to keep them off the foul line.
What were the reasons you think of? Obviously, he's a very good player, but what issues did you guys have with him defensively?
Well, sometimes good offense is just beats good defense. He had a couple that were heavily contested. I thought we had a couple ill-advised fouls where we're over-pressuring him a little bit, and then he just gets easy ones at the foul line. At times, he's able to get to the rim because we're extended a little bit and we're not as heavy in the gaps as you'd like to be. That said, they've got, Zakai Ziegler and Vescovy and guys that can make shots, and that's what makes them, who they are. I think that they're as good defensively as they've been, and potentially even better offensively.
What was your message to the team for this game?
A few. One is the fact that a lot of room for growth, continued growth, right? And we got to get back at it tomorrow. There's 15 more opportunities, and then an SEC tournament, and then if we're good enough, potentially to earn something in the postseason, then it's a long process, and we got to get back to work tomorrow. We got to watch it, and then we've got to flush it, and the next one will be equally as difficult, but it's a great opportunity as well. And that's it. This is the SEC. That's the other message. The big one for me was, all these kids get noise positively and negatively and individually, and let's handle that because with maturity, right? Because we handled success the right way over these past 10. Let's see how we handle some adversity. It's been a while. And but also, let's not ever be thrilled about a loss, right? We played them close, we had a chance. The people that'll say, hey man, that's a great effort, that's not what, we're trying to win those. Let's be positive about the positive things that we did, and let's continue to work to clean up some of the things that we got to get better at.
Mike, kind of a 10,000-foot question. I know this isn't something you're going to talk to your team about, but last year you lost at their place by almost 30 points. I mean, where your program's at now versus a year ago and the influx of players, can you just speak to what we're seeing happen with Georgia basketball? A game like today that goes down the stretch in this place.
We're a different team, we're a different program. We've got a lot of people that came to support our guys today, and we're really appreciative. And they came to support our guys because our guys have produced, because our guys play hard and they play together, and we've beaten some good teams, and it's created some excitement. So I'm proud of what our guys were able to accomplish during that winning streak. And we're a better team, we're a significantly better team than a year ago. But again, let's see how we respond to that adversity. And that said, you did mention that it was on the road. And in this league, man, we're back at it Tuesday, right? Where sometimes some games can be lopsided in this league for visiting teams. You know, we certainly hope we're more competitive on the road this year. I think we will be.
Following up on that, Blue Kane is a Knoxville kid. He
Yeah, happy for him, man.
hit some big clutch shots today. What does a performance do like that for a freshman?
Probably with Blue, not much. He's one of these guys, you know, he'd be the same guy tomorrow in practice. He'd be the same guys we're preparing for South Carolina. He's very even keel. He's got quiet confidence, quiet toughness. He's continuing to get better.
Jalen goes into the locker room there early, looked like he came out with a wrap on his hand. Just
Yeah.
What's his status? And I mean, gave y'all good minutes in the second half.
Thought he played with great energy. You know, he's a competitive guy, and one of his better games, without even knowing what he did from the stat sheet standpoint, definitely impacted the game defensively. 4 offensive rebounds, wow, in 14 minutes, and got his hands on a couple more too. Looks like it's a wrist, hand, something. I'll get with Lance and we'll figure it out.
Mike, do you look at it as you lost an opportunity with a number 5 team on your home court, or there's a lot of opportunities still ahead with this league?
Both. You know, honestly, I'd be lying if I didn't tell you I'm disappointed that, you know, if you're down 15 and you close it to 5 or 6 at the end, they were supposed to win. I mean, that's one scenario. We're up, right? We're up, what, 9 or 10 pretty late, and just got out executed down the stretch offensively, defensively by a team that's just, they're better than we are right now. And we hope to continue to improve. But yeah, we wish that we could have finished the 40 because we played a pretty good 35. A really good 35, the best we've played.
It seemed like the momentum, you guys grabbed it right before halftime and then carried it over to the start of the second half. What did you see change, or you guys sort of got settled in?
Thought we got a couple stops there early second half, which got us in transition a little bit, and then a couple made threes quickly. Jabri went on a something to nothing streak by himself. He's a guy that just continues to work and show people how well he shoots it. Those were the factors that come to mind. I thought mid second half we did some damage in transition off of getting some stops, and then when we weren't allowed to get stops, and we were fouling, and they're converting at the foul line, and we're in press attack, and they're so good at slowing you down and taking you out of actions. And again, I thought their sideline out of bounds defense too was a huge factor in the game.
Russell was in there.
in the paint too. I mean, Russell didn't have to make it the best of games. But
Yeah, he knows it.
From there.
And he knows it, and that's the SEC. I mean, he had one on the road, right, where he goes and gets 18 and 11, and Adu was really good. You know, who knows what our front court will do on Tuesday? But I know this with Russ, he'll be back to work tomorrow, and he'll be watching film, and he'll try to figure out a way to play better on Tuesday. But that was a minor factor. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
we had 3 or 4 guys that wasn't their best, right? And Tennessee did too. It's just part of this.
Silas hit a couple big threes the last 2 games, and then obviously another one today. Just, you know, what have you been impressive about him so far through SEC play and how he's handled it?
And when you mentioned that one, that might have been the shot where I thought it was as loud in this building as I've ever heard it. We're at the top of the key in front of our bench. The place went nuts. Incredible to experience that, for our guys to experience that. But he epitomizes maturity and toughness for a freshman. His defensive rebounding, his command of the ball, getting downhill, playing through contact. I mean, Ziegler's one of the best defenders in the country, and I don't think Silas had if I'm not mistaken, he didn't have a turnover. That's unheard of to play against a top 5 defense in the country. You know, for a true freshman, playing the minutes that he's playing, and also playing through him a lot. You know, we tried to keep the ball in the middle of the court, and we tried to middle ball screen him a bunch, and you know, his usage rate was pretty high to have 0 turnovers. Speaks to his mental and physical toughness.
Any other questions for Mike?
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.